All right, so with this truck, I can't put fuel on it. This one I didn't even try. This one, here, that filler and that, it's just not enough of a drop, so it just backflows the fuel out and just sprays everywhere. So the whole bed needs to come up. So I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rip this bed off. I'm gonna put 4x4s underneath of it with longer bolts. And I think it'd be stronger with steel, but that's more work, more money, more time. And I just need to get this thing good to go. Some fresh, put the plow on it yet. It's Christmas, so we're in December, going into January, and it's a nice day today, but snow's gonna be coming, so we need to get this thing ready to go. And I got some stuff on to tow around with it. So the crappy part about having to raise this bed is I just put all these boards on. I gotta take them all off again. It's also important to know where these boards go, so they go back like the exact same way. I should mark them. I've actually marked these before, but you can't really see the old mark because I used a Sharpie instead of a paint stick. Right to the mud puddles. All right, let me get back to work. That board split a little bit, that's alright. It'll buffer it out, man. Not even a big deal. It's a non-issue. My reasoning for taking all these boards off is to get to these bolts that are in here. So they just go down to the frame. Those bolts are going to come off, and then we're going to put the 4x4s in. Put longer bolts in. This one was interesting, so I had to really feed them through because I cut that hole, but then I put this angle here. So I got to torch that out so we can pull stuff through. And then, man, I need wood. I need 4x4s. But everything's closed today. I better make some phone calls. I might know where some 4x4s are laying around. Oh, hold on. See, that's the other problem. Getting these shorter bolts out of here. All right, let me get a magnet. So those might be staying in there. Okay. Great. So what happened was, when I put this together, I guess I didn't think all of it through. These pockets weren't on. Well, this one needs rewelded, but that's not the point. These pockets weren't on, so I just kind of slid everything in. But now those pockets are on. I can't get in the steel. Oh, it doesn't want to go in that way. I'm about to round that one out or something, man. Okay, we'll torch that one some more. Remember that torch cart I built? Boy, is that thing ever handy. Cool. See, that's gonna be hot. Well, the neighbor bailed me out on the 4x4 issue. Now I'm just gotta work on getting the bolts I need issue. I'll put a thing out on Facebook. See if somebody has what I need. I'm thinking if I do this right, I won't have to take the whole bed off. Alright, here's what I'm thinking. Now, part of my issue is that bolt's still in there. Alright, there's that one. That's alright, we'll give it. There we go. Let's do this one. Easier to get everything. Ooh, that's pretty heavy. Alright, so this is the bed up on 4x4s. Obviously, it's not all the way done. There's a lot to do, actually. But that being said, if you look, That's that filler neck. It's kind of more and straight across, and then kind of has this drop. So that one might work. It still has that big loop to it, but it might be enough drop. See, this is all like a Ford or something, like a Ford Mustang filler neck or something. I don't know. It might need some, might be revamped a little bit here, but we can try those. I think those angles are already a lot better, and it puts the whole bed up, well, realistically 3.5 inches. I think the bolt hole spacing really differs between the different pieces. Like those ones are different than these ones. So all my bolt holes are in too close for these last two now. And that one barely went together. So I'm thinking my whole system was flawed. I had to measure each one individually. So now, I ended up changing up my style here. What I did was I kind of put the boards in place. And I like put like a little pilot hole here to mark it. Now I can drill my hole. All right, this one's perfect. I should be able to drop that right in there. These are just extensions since I don't have the bolts I need. So what I'm gonna do, yeah, that's perfect. And they're pretty straight. Oh yeah, that's great. So I just put these extensions in there, try to hold everything together. That way nothing's moving a whole bunch. So that worked really well. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna do the front one, and then I gotta do something with the middle one. Actually, all right, this 4x4 and this 4x4 over here, they're gonna be bolted down, but these two in the middle will not. So they'll just fall out if we don't do anything with them. So I came up with a solution, and it's probably the most easiest thing you can do. Ooh. I'll just do the same to bridge that gap over there. All the bolt down pieces, we'll put screws in them when we're done. As you can see, we now got a cutaway for the filler neck. I'm hoping that's enough. That should be, man, that's pretty good flow. I need to look at putting mud flaps on this, and I'm thinking about putting boards on the back of it just to kind of strengthen everything up there. It's hard to cut, isn't it? All right, there you go. There's one mud flap on. I kept it kind of high off the ground for good reason, ground clearance. There we go. The truck now has mud flaps on it, so that puts that at a legal status. Do I want to clean up my tools or want to try to build something for the back there? Let's build something for the back there. All right, so I got that little bit of a backboard on there. I should probably weatherproof that with some oil and diesel later, but that's good for now. I'm running out of daylight, so I think it's time to clean tools up. And I guess tomorrow, the store should be open. I should be able to get bolts to drop down in here, and I'll be able to put the rest of the bed back together. And you know, we made a lot of progress on this truck today, so it was a good day being out in the driveway. Spent the day working on the big truck. So I guess now we'll see if we can work on this plow truck here. Check all these bolts in. Just coating everything with oil. Well, it's oil and diesel, because the diesel kind of thins the oil out and it applies nicer, and then the diesel will evaporate. We're left just oil. I know it seems kind of nasty to have everything covered in oil, but it beats the alternative. which is everything covered in rust. I want to put the bed back on, but it's getting dark for one. For two, I'm going to hit all of the wood part with more oil later on. So I got to work in the morning here. It's getting dark. What we'll do is we'll just finish this up this weekend. And then all right, it's looking pretty good. Side profile, way better than what it was. It was so close to that tire, and we got all that distance between that stake pocket and that tire. So I'm very happy about that. The whole thing got sprayed down with diesel. I still got to do the front. We got our mud flaps on there, which is a huge improvement over the looks and the functionality of the truck, which is great. We got that backboard on there. That light's going to move. It's going to go up top there so I can see the third brake light. And then finally the filler necks are up more. I still got to finish my rub rail, but I just don't have the metal for that right now. So the next metal order, I'll get that. The thing I forgot to mention is I need to put screws on this back row yet. I never did that originally because I had the fuel tank on here, so it's in the way. But I'm going to run those in, not really on camera, because how long can you watch me drill holes for, you know what I'm saying? So I want to try something here. I put the plow back on the truck, and I'm going to try to scrape some of this mud and grade this out a little bit with this plow. I gotta get this foot out of here, I think. That should come right out. Okay, I'll raise it up and get that foot out. Think we're going somewhere, Mer? Oh, he's always ready to go. So, problem with power steering pump is you hear the whine, but it's hard to turn. Like right in there, it doesn't want to turn. So, I think that power steering pump's done. Another thing is I just shut it off. So I'm gonna go start it again. Oh, now it did it. The starter a lot of times doesn't like to work until it sits for a little bit. I guess it gets warm or whatever. And there's plenty of theories as to why and how to solve that, but I'm just gonna put another starter in and be done with it. This kit here just picked up at Harbor Freight. This is a pulley remover and installer set. This is how you take off power steering pulleys. This is very important because putting the pump one's easy. It's pulling the pulley. It takes some doing. So you got this piece here. This is going to screw in here. This part screws into the pulley. These come around. That's what it pulls against, right? And the sleeve keeps all that from falling apart. So then as I tighten this up, it's going to pull those threads, and this is going to sit against that pulley. And there you go. Hook was 11/16, so I had it laying there. It'd be sweet if it was. It's not. This is a pretty rough angle here to film. I did my best to get a wrench or a ratchet on there, but I don't know if it's going to help me at all. All right, so we're going to install our puller tool here. I was doing it a little bit backwards. Like I said, I've never used one of these before. So with the puller tool installed and me repositioning, we're going to put our jaws on here. Then we're going to put a wrench here. And we actually want to drive this on. I was thinking of it completely backwards. All right, I'm going to use this little button piece instead and try that, because part of my issue is lack of space in here. I just can't get this tool set up how I need it. So the next best thing, right? See, I should be pulling that off now. before, I was just like tightening against my own bolt. I guess you're not supposed to screw that in the whole way. But anyway, we're learning together, so. Now I feel like the whole thing's crooked. Yeah, look how crooked that is. Something still ain't. Man, this job sucks. Oh. See, I felt like the pump moving, or the pulley moving. Yeah, there we go. It's going in crooked again. Huh. That's a problem. I feel like we moved the pump off a little bit, or the pulley off. Let's back it down here and see what she says. Okay, so I guess I'm using that button from now on because that seemed to work pretty well. Everything else is jammed up and it was a mess. Ooh. My ratchet falling apart. See that? Ratchet's falling apart. I gotta fix that. This lady just came up, said she found this dog on the road, and I looked in the back, I'm like, there's my dog. And I opened the door, it wasn't my dog, but boy, do they look a lot alike. I was second guessing myself for a minute. I guess they found it. That right there is why you want to use anti-seize. I shouldn't struggle with that. There's a power steering line here, which if you're getting in this project, you probably already know that. All right, the line underneath of it has a bejesus clamp on it, so I think I'm going to disassemble this and I can kind of push it back and get pliers down there. All right, now there's the pump. I'm not sure how far this line goes down. All right, so we're just gonna look, compare. Oh, I didn't get it on camera, but this bolt broke. This broke off. This ear broke off at one point. I'll get 2 bolts in here. And then I get a bolt for that later. Oh, I got some buzzards or something up here now. Something's dead on the mountain, I guess. But anyway, everything else lines up. Everything looks great. Looks like I'm gonna want this cap. This drained all over my flatbed. But that's all right. That's more waterproofing, man. All right, let's put this thing back together. On there, because I just had it warm. Let me put this up in its socket. Give me some room to work here. camera's right where my hand needs to go, dang it. I hate that. There we go. That's all we're doing. I'm not messing with clamps in there. And, you know, I want to be done with this project. You YouTube mechanics, listen up here. I noticed something about you guys. You guys never have antices. New brush, it's stiff. Antices are freaking bolts, people. To get it off. I just did this with the Sawzall off screen, off camera, whatever you say. Okay. Only going through there. No. Here we got some Dollar General Power steering fluid. Oh, wow, that filled up quick. Try something here. I'm digging holes down now in my driveway for turning the wheels. All stuff on the back. All those tools laying up there. Friendly reminder. Alright. You can feel it come out of this hole. Wow. Myself up with these hooked myself up with these aluminum fuel and transmission line disconnects. Super dope. Oh, look, they got little rubber bands on them. Those don't look bad for $13. All right, I don't know how good the lighting is. Here's the way these work. These little metal things are like, I guess they're safety things. I don't know. Get rid of them. This is gonna open up, go around there, so I can go inside this fuel line. The idea is that I can pull that line right off, but I don't see that happening at the moment. I'm trying not to get fuel all over myself when I do this. Okay, that's gonna start leaking fuel everywhere. In 3, 2, 1. Told you. It'll stop. Nobody said it was easy, but they do work. This is the crappy job. I'm gonna get fuel on me. Watch, I'm gonna do it. I ain't scared, man. There it is. That's running to my arm. Oh, come on now. This is why I didn't do this. I hate fuel filters so bad. Like with a passion. Things get all over that creeper. Beautiful. And then these just plug back in. Hopefully. I don't know, perfect world. That should be about it. Yeah. Here to start. I'm not replacing that starter until I hear it mess up one more time. Because that thing's been working flawlessly. I don't get it. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, this starter seems to be working fine now. I keep restarting the truck, doesn't hesitate. So maybe the truck ain't hot enough. I don't know what the deal is. I'm not putting that starter in right now. Like, it might not need it. There might have been a different issue that I might have fixed unbeknownst or unknowns to me. I might have fixed something else. We'll see. We'll play this truck for a couple days and see if we can get the mess up again. All right, we're drove down to the gas station. She got warm. Let's see what she does. Ah. All right, we're putting a starter in. There's the fuel pump. Ooh, that's the closest we've ever been right there. So yeah, we're replacing that starter. That's all right. I don't know if I'm gonna do it today or tomorrow. We barbecue and it's got charcoal. Barbecue with the neighbors, and the dog, he looks like he wants to barbecue instead of put a starter in. Oh, so there's something else too that's important to note. This starter only has the starter only has one bolt in it right now, which means it's only gonna have one bolt when I put it back in because I haven't got another bolt for it. I'm pretty sure that's the situation at hand here. Maybe there is more happening than I thought. You see, I'm pretty sure they couldn't. So that should be the other bolt. I can't see it. Like, no, there's a bolt hole. That's, I can see that part. Plain as day. It's the broken off bolt in there. Ah, oh, it's threaded. That top one's threaded. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, I'm out here learning today. See, this top one is threaded, this top ear. So what happens is when the starter's sitting up into the block, I got this bolt out. This one comes in behind, and there's the exhaust manifold. And that's why I didn't feel it, because it was too hot at the time. I let it cool down. Another thing, look at all this oil on here. So when I took this off, oil was running out of the wiring loom. So somewhere that wiring loom is picking up oil. And that's a breakdown in the future too. But 12, 16, 13. This is built forever ago. Let's try it out. That burns. That's so hot. Oh crap. That hurts. Ow! That was hitting me in the face. Anywhere. That'll be fine. Well, that's the easiest that's ever started before. Alright, well I think that kind of wraps it up for this truck. I did some stuff like haul the camper. Got the transfer tank. We were using that the whole time. I was digging out with all these machines, so it did fine for that. You know, I didn't really get much to plow with, but the truck seems pretty sturdy, so I think we're going to roll with it like this for a little bit and see what breaks next, and I can go work on my Dodge. All right, let's do something else.